Okay. I don't know if this game has game audio on the title screen or what, but let's play. Who's at the door? I'd love to know. Seoul, 1990. I am a psychiatric patient. Fuzzy hallucinations and voices are part of my everyday life. But lately these hallucinations are lasting longer. Now they won't go away unless I take some medication. Boggle. I hallucinate like a white middle-aged man living in Arlington, Texas. Is it Arlington? Arlen? Where do they live again? I can't remember. Somewhere in Texas. The boundary between reality and illusion has blurred even more, and I suddenly am really interested in propane and propane-related accessories. And I feel increasingly trapped between them. Dave, thank you for the 160 months, by the way, and happy birthday belatedly again, one more time. Everyday people with strange faces bring me medicine. That sounds great. It's like Uber, but it's your meds. I don't even have the strength to tell if they're real or hallucinations anymore. Okay, maybe not great. Yet strangely, collecting doll pieces is the only thing that calms my mind. I don't know why. It just feels like it's the only hope I have left. If this is really a treatment, how much longer must I endure this pain? Why must I endure the pain?
Boggle.
Peace, thank you so much for the Prime Gaming.
Boggle. Boggle. Boggle.
I continue to hear the boggles in my mind.
Your symptoms are gradually improving.
Oh, never mind. Maybe not.
Just 8 more days of treatment, you should be able to return to your normal life. However,
Sounds like an
if you
exact
also see
science.
strange figures inside your house, this could be a sign that your hallucinations are worsening.
But what?
In such cases, immediately take your prescribed medication, or try to calm yourself quietly in your room. Hang in there just a little longer, and you'll make a full recovery.
It's quiet now. No voices, no shadows. Should be safe to open the door at a time like this, right? Where the fuck do you live? Where on earth are you living? Let's bump the gamma up ever so slightly. For you all. And just very quickly looking for an FOV, because apparently... Well, apparently. Oh, voice for text-only lines. I kind of want to hear how that sounds. Alright, let's do this thing. Here we go. If the hallucinations disappear or return to normal, it's safe to open the door. If the hallucinations don't go away, take the meds instead. I like how he was just like, oh, you might be better now, or worse. Mental health professionals in video games are always really shit. Spaces to crouch. I love how that's been like carved. I love how that was carved into the desk. That's actually kind of a cool way of portraying that. Apparently we were in Seoul, 1990. Seoul sometimes, like in Korean, they sometimes have kanji, but they don't like regularly use it for like written Korean. I'm not really sure how that works in Korean. But to me, I recognize these as like kanji for like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Shockingly enough, I know, right? Also, there is no animation for this crouch. You press the space bar and you're low. You have gotten low. I suffer from hallucinations every day. Usually I'm fine, but I need to watch out for these types of hallucinations. Those that don't disappear. Those that chase me, warning if they touch me, I'll faint. If it's gone, I can relax. Take the medicine from the visitor. What the fuck is this? Yeah. Normal sanity will resume in 3, 2, 1. Oh, somebody's intestines. Apparently. Hello? Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, this apartment's nice, actually. It's just I've got like a weird, like, doll making dungeon. The rest of the apartment's alright. Well, the kitchen's a bit dismal, but could be worse. Love the aquarium. Big fan of the aquarium. Very, very, like, solid wooden construction of this house. I don't know why all of the photos are like, Bori and Ms. Gomu. Oh, lovely. They have hanja. Yeah, I'd like to learn more about how that works, actually, in Korean. cannot take it yet because I have to see who's at the door. I know this is somebody's fetish to look like a kind of bloated fish. You know, one of those, like, this would be like a deep sea fish, you know what I mean? Those really weird, fucked up looking ones that you only get like really deep. But okay, I guess I'll answer the door. No, what are the rules? Again, she stopped knocking at least for 5 fucking seconds. She's annoying as hell. Even if she is a person, I hate it. Those that don't disappear are those that chase me. Well, I mean, that's kind of like, I've already opened the door at that point, so. A bit late for that, isn't it? You know what? Fuck it, just to see what happens. Oh, thank you. What the fuck is this game? This has got to be the worst mental health provider in the whole planet. Planet.
The doll. Fine, I'm looking for it. I am looking for it. Please, get out of my head.
I've got a voice just like that in my head that's like, buy more Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy cards. I need more. There's one in my head like that all the time, and I'm like, no, be quiet. We need money, you idiot. Shut up. Having said that, though, I am planning to do a subathon at the end of the month, and I was wondering if I should bust open some packs on stream to do a little gambling. Shall we do a little gambling? Shall we do a little line? To try and find Vivi. Try and find the big Vivi. I don't want to open the door to this. He looks like how I feel in the mornings, quite frankly. He's even got like a great British smile. If you've watched The Simpsons for that episode, the big book of great British smiles or whatever, and it's all these like really fucked up looking people, including like some members of the royal family. Hallucinating, take medicine, stable, open door. So it's kind of almost like a... It's kind of similar to... Why is everything in this kitchen like really big compared to me? What the fuck? It's kind of like an anomaly game, but a little different. Hallucinations that don't disappear or chase you. Visitors. Man with hair coming out of his face. Like fish bug-eyed lady. And like very red pretty face. Did I just call the bathroom the kitchen? Probably. Probably. I wouldn't be shocked. So is it like I have to look for hallucinations around the apartment, and that helps me understand if the person at the door is like bad or good, real or not real, etc. I think that's kind of how it works, is my guess. I don't think the hallucinations are only just if you look through the... What is the word for that again? When you look through like your front door to see who's there. Is it a peephole? I don't like that word. Peephole is a very lurid way to describe it. I feel like we should come up with a different word for specifically the one on your front door. Glory hole. If you're sticking your dick through that, then I'm sorry. Sorry about your unfortunate anatomy, I guess. Door vagina. Okay, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we'll just stick with peephole and chat, shall we? Perhaps. Magic eye? Okay, nobody's calling them a magic eye. Who's sitting there like, ah, the magic eye? I'm just gonna open the fucking door, fuck it. I'm probably gonna die now, but it's fine. Oh, he's lovely. Oh. Got a real pencil dick if you're able to stick it through that. Bring me more. Magic Eye is a little too whimsical for me. I don't know what I want it to be called though, the door lens. We call it PP. Are you 4 years old? Chat, you're distracting me! You're distracting me with your juvenile humor. What the fuck is this? Okay, well, this is chasing me, so I think I take my meds. This is really upsetting. Yeah, I think I'll just like pop a pillio. Also, hi Sodakit, sorry. I like started reacting to your messages, but I wanted to say hello. Okay, day 4. That was fun.
Breaking news. Multiple severely mutilated bodies have been discovered at a villa up in the mountains in Gyeonggi province. All victims were found with violent external wounds. Police are conducting search operations, considering the possibility that additional missing persons may still be alive. In particular, given the discovery of various medical instruments at the villa, investigators are focusing on the possibility that the suspect may be a practicing physician.
Oh no, still practicing?
Becomes available about this case, we will further update you.
He's not very good, is he, if he's still trying to practice, like, by mutilating people.
Severely mutilated. Who could have done such a thing? And why?
Why do I have the most, like, David Hayter doing Solid Snake voice? Who could have done such a thing in what? Metal Gear? Meryl. Your butt wiggles when you walk, and that's why I know it's you, even if you're wearing a soldier's uniform. Otacon, you've pissed yourself again. Did Metal Gear do this? A solid 50% of the dialogue in the first Metal Gear Solid game is just Solid Snake repeating what somebody said back to them. And while I would argue that that's more common in Japanese conversation to show that you're actively listening, I don't think it's that common. Every fucking second sentence is just Solid Snake going, huh? Thing you said? Best Solid... Mylish? Hello? So what is this? That doesn't disappear, so I take pill. I didn't actually realize that this was an anomaly game. But I think this is an anomaly game that isn't annoying me. So far. Because I've kind of sworn off anomaly games. There's too many of them that have been just like really fucking dire. And I haven't enjoyed them that much, so I kind of swore off them. But this one is well made enough, and like the core gameplay loop isn't like really drawn out and annoying. Do you know what I mean? I'm not having to like explore like a really big space for something really dumb. I'm kind of enjoying just looking around this apartment. So like I occasionally really enjoying them. Enjoying them? Am I? What the fuck's wrong? Oh no. Oh no. Oh dear. Okay. That actually happens in my actual apartment in real life sometimes when I don't clean the fridge for a while. Sinow is not playing Lucio, he's playing Who's at the Door. Are you shouting at Moopot, Llama? Good. Moopot's slacking. Sunshine Clinic. Korean Hospital business card for the director. Somang Building B1, Whaledong, Seoul.
The name seems familiar.
Seoul?
Could it be someone I know? Or just a figure from my imagination?
Okay, I'm presuming this is some sort of like text-to-speech type of dealio with the voice acting, but like they've turned the dials all the way to like grizzled with this one. Oh, the most grisly fucking protagonist voice I've ever heard. Oh, I need to remember that you can like fiddle with the dial on the TV to turn it on just in case like some of the jump scares. Can you turn up the game audio a bit? I don't know, chat, if that's for everyone or if it's just for Katie, but let me try and bump it up a bit. It's actually a little on the softer side for me, so let me try and turn it up for you all. I think I could do that. Oh, or maybe not, because that doesn't sound very promising. Sorry about that, chat. If the game is a bit... It's a little on the quieter side for me as well, actually. Okay, next time something kind of loud happens, let me know. Fucking shut up! Not you, chat. Sorry, the guy at the door. I think that was pretty obvious, but just so you know. I don't end a sentence where I'm like, hey, chat, so blah, 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 blah. Fucking shut up! Oh, hi, Gary! Gary.
Sunday. And Saturday. It's the 9th annual Dallas Mower Expo. Boggle.
So for those of you who have just come in, this is like an anomaly game where the rules are very simple. Unless you might have watched Gary play this a little bit earlier and you already remember it, but if an hallucination does not disappear or it chases me, I take my pills. Otherwise, I let the person in the door, I guess. I'm still kind of working this game out, to be honest with you, but I think that's how it works. So I look around the house. Unfortunately, there is AI artwork in this game. We don't have to kind of go into it again, but I wish they wouldn't. It's like when people say, I wish a bitch would. I wish a bitch wouldn't, quite frankly. New boot Goofin, it's good to see you. I'm just kind of like opening cupboards to make sure that there wasn't like a hallucination inside them, I guess. But I think this is a safe one. I think this is a safe room, so to speak. Who's at the door? Oh my god. They're particularly, whoever this like company is that provides my meds to me with this like Uber system, the people that they're sending to me are particularly fucked up. Am I on day 6? Did I do it? I don't fucking know. If the hallucinations disappear or return to normal, it's safe to open the door. If they don't go away, take the meds instead. I
always dreamed about becoming famous. But now...
But now I'm just tinnitus.
Reality and
apparently
hallucinations are blurring together again. I can't tell if the doll really spoke, or if I just imagined hearing it.
Yes, I think that was kind of implied. Thank you. I think we kind of get it. I can't tell if the doll really spoke or not. No, actually, the doll really was speaking. You're just an idiot. The random doll head that fell from the fucking ceiling and started talking to you, that was real. You're just paranoid. No, of course it didn't start to... What are you talking about? There's a difference between poor mental health and just kind of being a fucking idiot. And the protagonist is definitely skirting on the line of just kind of being an idiot. No, a doll head that fell randomly from your ceiling that wasn't attached to anything did not actually start speaking to you. Oh. Hang on. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the desktop audio here in the background. Somebody in chat asked me to turn up the audio in the game right before the raid came in, and that looked kind of... Was it a bit loud for you all? I was halfway through doing an audio recalibration when we got the raid, so that might have been like really loud, sorry. Whoops, forgot I was in the middle of testing that. Fun times. Why did the teddies look like Lotso from Toy Story 3? Why does Lotso from Toy Story 3 look like the toys from Who's at the Door 2025? Yeah, Lotso, you fucking uninspired bastard. I can apparently wipe the condensation off of this mirror. I wonder if I have to do that for some of the hallucinations. I'm sorry. Okay, listen. I have been very, very poor before in the past, and I've had to buy some real budget fucking toilet paper in my time. But this is really taking the piss. I've used some proper, like, sandpaper on my butthole before, quite frankly, in the past. But this is just a bandage. Like, this is a human rights violation. Who's at the fucking door? Well, I think that's the point of the game. Oh, God. Oh, actually, I think I might hate this one the most. She's just very intense. Although, it's kind of cool, actually. I do quite like this bit. Oh, God, her... Oh. Y'all got eczema? Y'all got eczema? She could really use some sort of, like, treatment for that. That was right in my face. I'm gonna just let her in. Oh. I think this is a game over. Okay. Okay. So we are back to the beginning. There seems to be some sort of, like, if you collect all the doll parts, though, you do some sort of, like, actual ending mechanic. So far, I would say the hallucinations are interesting enough, though, that I want to keep playing this. That's how I'm feeling. Sinow thinks bloody paper is normal. I mean... I suffer. To me, what looks normal to me would be an abomination to others. Creepy lad. Creepy lady with loads of hands. Hello, Hudson Wild. Yeah, she was not a friend. She was a foe. Why is this... Why is, like, the Kewpie Mayo doll just, like... The torso for the Kewpie Mayo doll just hanging out here? If you type !game, it should tell you the name of the game in chat. Yeah, I don't remember there being so many, like, Kewpie doll torsos around. That seems to be a bit new. Thank you very much, by the way, to... Can we just have a quick round of applause for Crab? Moderator Crab's like trash. For, updating the command for !game so everybody knows what the game is called. We appreciate that, Crab. I met Bodhi at the bar across from my place. She sang there. Her beautiful face and sweet voice. It captivated me. I had to get close to her. Wait, that's a kind of weird. What? I didn't like that note.
About that tone. Unsettlingly insistent. And kind of scary, actually.
Oh, even the protagonist is actually kind of not cool with it. Gang. His voice is quite whispery, by the way, so if it's a little hard to hear that still after I've turned everything up, it's just because somebody is not enunciating. Enunciate, darling. My mother used to always say, the tip of the tongue, the teeth, and the lips. That's like a vocal warm-up. I fucking... The bloated deep-sea fish lady. Oh, she was... This was a hallucination room? Oh, well. Fucked it. I like how, as you were typing out, the audio seems good, I'm just waiting for it to get loud. It got loud, Crab. So I'm guessing... Oh, because the dolls were a hallucination that didn't disappear. Oh. Sinow. Come on. Come on, lad. Sorry, can't hear you over this 30°C heat. I didn't realize that heat made noise, but... I've also been there. Oh, hello, leggies. One day she confided in me about a man who followed her every night. He might be a stalker, come stay at my place for a while, it's closer to the bar, you know. She first looked at me hesitantly, but then agreed. I think this note is written really poorly. He is saying that to her, I believe. This is like a writing mistake if I was a teacher. She confided in me, so you set up the verb for her saying something in the next paragraph. But this paragraph is him saying something to her, so it's not her confiding, it's him responding. But that's confusing for the reader. So if I was a teacher, I'd be like, you should establish that you respond to her. Bad writing. She first looked at me hesitantly, but then agreed. I don't know why I suddenly got really on my soapbox about that. It's time to make your dream come true. I hate this.
This note feels like more than just concern.
I fucking hate this.
There seems to be some deeper intention behind it.
Is it going to be that he's the person in the notes and they've like started medicating him because he's a very bad boy? Is that the way the game's going? Because it meant Bori and Ms. Gomu are in this photo and they're being mentioned in the notes, right? We've already made one of the dolls, which I'm guessing this doll is like based on the lady in the notes. I think he's got some sort of amnesia, but he's actually just a totally bad bastard, is the plot of the game. That's my guess anyway, chat. I will open this toilet every single fucking time until there's a hallucination inside of it. I will not stop until I get the answers that I crave. Alright, it's you again. Yes, I know. I think this is a... What? I thought the doll thing was like not necessarily a hallucination thing. I almost kind of assumed that this was just like a sort of separate collection mechanic for the plot of the game, no? Maybe I just need to pop the pills a bit more frequently. Okay, something rustled. Oh no. Oh, there's like a thing behind the aquarium. It's kind of cool. Actually, that's really cool that you can't see him through the fish tank, though. You can only see him like there. I think it's got what's it called? Weeping Angel mechanics. Yeah, it's got Weeping Angel mechanics. I knew it. So, a problem presents itself. This is a horror that persists. Kind of like this, whoever this guy is. So I need to get to the meds without him catching me, otherwise I faint. Yeah, nice try, fucko. Day 2. Wait. What happens if you take the meds even if it's not a hallucination? Because I'm supposed to be taking these meds once a day. Anyway. What's to stop me just taking the meds every day? And just being like, time passed. When you think about it. I'm presuming there will be some sort of different game over for when you take the meds when you're not supposed to, and it's like the character's like, I had too much of the drug. Oh, sorry, that wasn't his voice. I had too much of the drugs, and now I am Detroit become drug. Oh. Like that. Dies of Cage, oh my god. For real though. The jaundice, yeah. Dies of jaundice. We need to get an emote. Does anybody else on Twitch make jokes about somebody having the jaundice? If so, there must be like a 7TV emote of like having the jaundice that people could use every time I say that. Either that, or we should make like an animated Beats emote where Beats slowly turns yellow. Or he looks very like weak and ill because of the jaundice. I should ask Smazing to draw that. Smazing is the wonderful artist that does the Beats emotes, but she's not really an animator. So I might have to like, if we want it to become like an animated emote. Not Gary as the son for a jaundice emote. Okay, well, Mom games badly. That is inspired. That was actually an inspired interpretation of that. Gary, the sunshine word I'm not allowed to say on YouTube emote being the jaundice thing is quite funny. But no, that's a happy, healthy Gary. And having the jaundice is not a happy, healthy time. I'm just gonna let her in. If you're cold, she's cold. Alright, well then, go fuck yourself. I make a lot of jokes about the jaundice / feminine wasting disease, as I call it. FWD, where sometimes female or feminine coded characters just they just kind of get kind of faint and ill in games or movies or whatever, because being a dainty woman, being a beautiful dainty woman. Wait, what the fuck is that noise? Oh, it sounds like a fish is walking towards me. What the fuck is going on? There's like something in the kitchen. Oh, I really hate that. Mother's lying down due to her nerves again. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, you guys get it. You guys know what I mean. Oh, I really don't like this noise. What? What is causing it? I don't know why this... That's freaking me out quite a lot. Is it the clock? Oh, what the fuck? Oh, that's kind of cool though. Oh, the way that looks is actually really cool. They've done a really good job with the animation for this, in my opinion. Whoa. That was actually really neat to discover that. Okay, so I'm gonna take the pills. I don't think, if that's supposed to be a doll that I'm like allowed to pick up, I don't know how to get it. I would have presumed like clicking this would be the answer. But no, okay, so. Dies of woman. By the way, chat, as we're talking about like 7 TV emotes and stuff, it's not working on my browser at the moment, so I can't see an emote if you type it in chat. So to me, it looks like you've just said "dies of woman" crab arbitrarily, if that was an emote. We'll talk about it another time when my emotes are working, so I can see what you're talking about. But it looks like you're just saying words randomly to me, which, to be honest, with chat, half the time that looks like that, even when you do make sense, chat. Yeah, the animations for the scares in this are quite well done, so I'm giving them some props to that one, Hudson. I can see that one, Shelby, yeah. The Joel emote is burned into my mind, so I at least remember what Joel looks like. But yeah, it looks like everybody in chat is just saying the name Joel to me, rather than having the fish. Because my 7 TV has conveniently broken for my browser at the moment. What the fuck is this? What is this? Is this like the world's coolest walking stick? But it looks like a device. Why is there a hammer beside it? I don't understand that. Oh. Yeah, for some reason she's my least favorite.
Boggle. Boggle.
A whisk. That's a large whisk. Hand drill? Yeah, I don't...
Boggle. Boggle. Boggle.
I feel like this is supposed to be like an object that I'm like, yeah, it's one of those. But I don't get it. Oh, the toilet paper's not supposed to look like a bloody rag. That was a hallucination. Why did I not join the dots there, chat, when I was making all my fucking commentary? I thought the game was just a bit fucked up. That was supposed to be one of the fucking hallucinations, Sinow, you idiot. Obviously. I mean, this toilet paper doesn't look great either, though, let's be real. Thank you so much, New Boot, for gifting us up to Large Cafe. Oh, that's very sweet. Large Cafe is a very faithful viewer. And there's quite a lot of faithful viewers that respectfully don't always have the spare income lying around to subscribe. So seeing them get gifted subs from somebody else is like very heartwarming, and I appreciate that a lot. Yeah, that is 1 ply. That's like half a ply paper. Don't take too long. Alright. Alright, Dad. Actually, my dad is the opposite. I'm not saying this is an excuse, because I don't think I should. I think I should be very careful for not using this as an excuse in life. But my poor time management and my tendency to not realize that I'm late definitely inherited from my father and my mother to some extent, but my father in particular. It's one of the things about me in life that I'm trying to address currently in my mental health or just my general existence, is my fuzziness about what time it is and being on time for things. And I remember when I was a kid, my father would take my sister and I to like appointments. So he would like book a dentist appointment for my sister and I on like the same day. Like, okay, after school on blah 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 day, both of you are going to the dentist or whatever. And we were always late for those, any sort of appointment like that my sister and I had to show up for. We were always like late, like badly late, because my dad is really fuzzy about time. Probably because he's also got ADHD, but he just doesn't know it. And I remember we used to always get these like really pissed off like staff members in places that were like rolling their eyes and tutting as he would be like, oh, can you just like rearrange things so you can still see my kids today? And they would do it because we were kids, and they were always like really pissed off, and I like hated how pissed off everybody was. I am trying to tell a amusing anecdote about my childhood that also is poignant, and you're not making it easy, indie horror game. Thank you. I took too long. Oh, I went into a long explanation about childhood. I was going to say childhood trauma, but it's not really trauma. But by childhood, right when it said don't take too long. That's quite funny, actually. Classic Sinow moment. Explaining that I'm trying not to take too long for things, and then taking too long for something is like, can we just have a round of applause? I'm nailing it. The meta commentary there of me describing that I've inherited poor time management from my father when the game says don't take too long, and then I take too long in the process of explaining that I'm trying not to take too long in life at the moment. I mean, this is like, the mechanics have served the narrative here. Let's all have a round of applause. Can we like play audience cheering sound effect? I was going to play a Final Fantasy fanfare there, but I'd have to cut that out of the video, alas. Sinow! 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 Yeah. Me being such a fucking mess, apparently, really served the narrative. Thank you. Twitch Ambassador Sinow Beats. Bow to the end. I live to serve the audience. The applause. That's what I live for. Anyway, moral of the story. I've inherited poor time management from my father. And I'm not using that as an excuse, but is anybody perhaps at the age of life, for some people it might hit quite early, where you realize that sometimes you're becoming your parents in certain regards? Because that's one thing I used to always like see all the people get really pissed off with my dad when he took my sister and I to appointments too late. And I was like, when I grow up, I don't want to be like that. I'm going to avoid that. I'm going to be really on time for everything. And then slowly I slid into becoming my father, and I'm currently not very happy about that. Sadly. Not in every single way. I'm very different from my parents in other ways, but I think for a lot of people, maybe in your 30s, there's 1 or 2 points where you're like, oh god, a part of me is just like my fucking parents. God damn it. Triggerman, thank you for the 8 months and for saying boggle. Bogle? It's kind of like a Korean way of saying boggle. Bogle. I like that. Appreciate it. I think one of the reasons why I've become like this, though, is in my like late teens, early 20s, I have that ADHD problem. Unfortunately, I do recognize that this is probably a part of my ADHD, where for quite a long time in life, I was very early for everything. And that's kind of fallen away now to being late for things. It's kind of slid too much in the other way. I think that's why it's occurred to me over time Because when I was younger, I used to be like really fucking early for everything all the time. Regularly, if I was supposed to meet up with people, I'd be there like an hour early, and I'd be like, whoops, I guess I'll just hang around and get attacked by babies while I wait. And that also can be kind of exhausting. Because I have that hypervigilance thing, right? Where like every single appointment I have to do in life causes me to be hypervigilant, and I like get stressed and I lose sleep. You become super avoidant just like your parents, and you didn't realize that until recently? Yeah, boom. Once you realize that your behavior is somewhat the same as what your parents did, it hits you like a ton of bricks. You're like, ah, god damn it. But you know what, chat? It's not like a foregone conclusion, do you know what I mean? It's annoying, but I've identified it. And with the current sleep medication I'm on, I think I can change that, actually. Now that I'm no longer tragically sleep deprived and or feeling very drugged every day I wake up and just like wandering around in a stupor. Fingers crossed. Might be a bit easier for me to nip that in the bud, but yeah, Hudson, yeah. When it hits real fucking hard. Okay, I guess that was like a hallucination that did not persist. So I'm gonna open the door. Okay, he seems friendly. So he seems polite, so I'll let him stay. How'd you know if the person from the door is gonna chase you? It's just basically like if it becomes a big bunch of hands, game over. Otherwise, you're fine. It's more the hallucinations that chase you. Buff Boy Games, hello! I was just mentioning, Harry, that I learned about Dead Take by tuning into your stream. Yeah, this game's actually quite fun for me so far. I'm enjoying it. It's a little goofy, it's a little silly. But the scares are quite well done. To use a Gary phrase, I think, minus point for the AI artwork, but it's very difficult to fucking play any indie horror games without some sort of AI being used. But I will have to do a minus point for using AI artwork. But there's quite a lot of effort that's been put into this game. What are you? You're a large stethoscope. What is this a stethoscope for? Like a giant? Thank you, Hudson, I appreciate it. My health has been really fucking bad this year. I keep getting sick all the time, and I need to not get sick anymore. I need to stop succumbing to the jaundice. So this is a horror that persists, and therefore I will take the medicine. All right. A butt stethoscope. Do we need to hear the heartbeat of your ass? Does an ass have a heartbeat? Don't answer that. I don't need to know. What is AI generated? The paintings. And I don't know about the artwork for the game on Steam, but this is definitely AI. Especially because AI is given AI unironically has started to give everybody the jaundice. Everybody's got this kind of like yellowy hue to them now. Because I guess AI has been looking at a lot of actual artists' artwork, and it's slowly gotten more and more yellow over time. So recently a lot of stuff made with AI has this kind of yellowy look to it. And that is a very, you know, I don't want to go into this conversation about AI every single time we play an indie horror game, but it's very fair to say that that fucking sucks, and it makes me think of a game less. So this, I'm presuming, is supposed to be a hallucination. Although, knowing the way that this guy lives, that could just be real, frankly. Speaking about asses having a heartbeat now, for some reason I've got that song in my head. I can't remember who sings it. And I don't want to sing too much of it in case I get In case YouTube says that this video is a cover, which I got... I lost monetization on a video before because it thought I was doing a cover of the We're Walking in the Air song in the Snowman movie, which was quite funny. But I'm thinking of that song, two hearts that beat as one. So hopefully slightly off key there so Google doesn't go too crazy. But I'm thinking of two farts that breathe as one. Stacy Q. Yeah, it was like a one-hit wonder song. It's a bit of a kind of retro pop banger, if I recall. Kind of like old Kylie Minogue vibe. When she was, I should be so lucky, 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 lucky. Like very like happy-go-lucky pop starlet in the 80s type of vibe. Why don't covers get monetized? Well, I think it was like a really weird message I got, Crab. It wasn't like you're not allowed to monetize this video. It was like you must share the revenue with the people who own We're Walking in the Air for the Snowman movie. I was like, what the fuck? Which isn't ideal either. Because I was taking the piss out of an Iron Brew advert. But my choir boy singing was apparently so on point that it thought I was legitimately that I was doing a cover video of that song. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. Of all the songs. But then there's a part of me that was like, I'm a little flattered, actually. I'm actually kind of flattered that YouTube thought I was close enough for it to be like a cover version. So I took that. Whoa, excuse me. If it looks like that after you've been shaving, you should look up like I think, isn't there like a YouTube channel or something where like a guy pretends to be, well, he doesn't pretend to be your dad, or he kind of pretends to be like a father figure in your life, and he teaches you things that like your father should teach you this. And it's like a video for people who maybe their dad was absent or like a bastard. And there's something kind of like wholesome and quite gentle about it. And it's like, dad teaches you how to shave. Which my dad never taught me that. I just kind of intuited it. But I think, isn't there like a YouTube video where the guy is kind of like a surrogate father figure that like teaches you how to shave and stuff? Maybe not Daddy. That's a different video. Absolutely. Anyway, sorry, getting back to this game now. Don't get too close. Oh no. Is there something in the kitchen? Looks like something's sticking out of the soil here. Oh, it's like a little... For helping your plants grow, I guess. I haven't discovered your... Okay! I haven't discovered your old YouTube videos. If your old YouTube videos looks like those, Harry, then please send the link. Thank you. Please quietly send the link to me in a DM and I will look at that later. But regardless... Day 6. Is you in high school? Oh, no. Okay, in that case. In that case, it'll be more like funny. It'll be kind of endearing if it's like high school you being a little embarrassing, because I used to feel deeply embarrassed by anything I saw related to me being a teenager. And now I think I'm old enough to be like, you know what, kid? You were going through some things at the time. So you're deeply, deeply embarrassing, but I've decided to try and view past me with a little more kindness. A kind of, you're cringe, chuckle approach to my past self, rather than being like, oh, you piece of shit. Look how embarrassing you were, you should be ashamed. I was like, well, I was a teenager. Used to be embarrassed, but now I'm like, wait, for a kid, I kind of turned this out. Right, exactly, like... Because I would view other kids doing stuff like that with a little bit more of a kind of gentle vibe, right? A little bit more patience. And everybody feels like that. To some extent, so yeah. It's nice that they warn you of chaser mechanics before they just throw you in. I'm not sure I fully agree, but I could see the logic. I do think sometimes the surprise is nice, or it can be kind of engaging. But I understand. It's like so that you don't just kind of get like a whoops, game over every single time. Okay, it's this one. I think this is my favorite of the 3 people that knock on the door. I'm gonna let her in. I think this house is fine. I'm just so bad at everything I do in life. It's unreal. I'm the world's worst gamer. We're locking in, chat, alright? Stop distracting me. The house was not okay. Where's the person in chat who's like, actually, the cushion moved? Where's that person? All I saw was a bunch of people being like, yeah, I'm gay, I guess. Okay, well, this is... Okay, well, this one... I think the house is fine. What are you doing, Step TV? Sonic Cat... It makes me sad, Sonic Cat, that when we're both dead and buried in the ground, I won't get to see you in heaven. Because you're going straight to hell. It makes me sad that when we both die, it's goodbye. Because you're ungodly. Dark-sided, if you will. This looks like a kind of sort of bachelor vibe. I think physically, I've always looked a little younger than my actual age. Like I'm starting to look like I've aged now, but I still look a bit younger than a lot of like 34-year-olds do. You know what I'm saying? People used to think that I was like a teenager. I used to get ID'd for buying alcohol even like in my late 20s. And then sometimes the bartenders would be like, "You're a lot older than I am." And they're the ones serving me the drinks and I'm like, uh-huh, anyway, thanks. Okay, this apartment looks normal to me. Unless I missed something. Oh, wait a minute. Oh no. This is Sinow from the Easy Small Gang I always mention. Oh, thank you. It's very sweet to hear you say that to someone else. Yep, that's me. You and Gary look younger than your age. We're both just terribly handsome, that's why. Thank you for saying that. Continue. I think something's in the kitchen. There's a certain kind of lighting on this sliding door that looks a bit different to me. No, maybe I'm wrong. I might just be wrong. I feel like the lighting on that door slightly changes sometimes when there's something in the kitchen, but I might have just invented that in my head. It's just the fish tank. It's just once or twice when there was something behind the door, it was like the fish tank reflection looked slightly different to me, but I might have gone insane. Thank you very much for the raid though, folks. We were playing a game where we have to take pills from somebody through this door or take pills on the table here every day. We have to see if something's weird in our apartment, and if so, we don't let the person in. That's basically it. Oh, hello, dollhead. Everyone thinks I'm older than I am. I hate to say it, but I don't think the apartment's okay. Also, I could kind of see that at Buff Boy Games, unfortunately. Is there something behind me? No. What is you? Okay, run away. I like how the game's telling me how to play it. Oh god. Thank you. Appreciate that. Day 4. but in a good way. I think a lot of men hit their peak handsomeness in their like 30s actually. So to me that's like a good thing. Harry, don't get too close, okay? It's a bit of a spoiler of whether or not this is like a thingy apartment, I guess. Don't get too close to what? I guess it's okay. Oh, she's lovely. She's kind of Gruntilda coded. She's giving me a Gruntilda. If like Gruntilda went to do grocery shopping. If Gruntilda was kind of Matilda and she taught like an elementary school class with those shoes. I mean, I'm just gonna like pop a few pillios. Let me explain what I mean, Buff Boy Games. If you're in your late 20s, but people think you look older, so you look like you're kind of in your 30s, to me, that's like for a lot of men peak handsomeness in terms of how they look. So I'm trying to say this is a compliment to you, but it sounds like I'm digging my own grave, and I'm continuing to dig. So I've tried to explain it. It's there. I feel like I'm about to hit the fucking core of the earth with how much I'm digging. It's too late. I can no longer see the sunlight. He continues to dig. But no, you get it. Oh, the Sunshine Clinic, we can help you. Cheap surgery. There are many things in life that if I see the word cheap, I'm like, good. Yes, more of that, please. But I don't think surgery is one of those things. Cheap surgery, I'm like, I don't know if I want, like, bargain surgery. I think you can use another word for that one. Okay, so that probably implies that I should take my medicine, yes? I'd rather not have your lungs replaced with a smoked ham. Smoked ham. A lot of my 20s were pretty fucking shit anyway, so... Thankfully, I'm not, like, yearning to go back to my past in many ways, shapes, and forms. It's actually somewhat nice to look back and be like, never again. Rather than being like, oh, I wish I was in high school again, or some shit like that. Instead, for me, I was like, my life only got alright. At least past... Well, I don't know. When I was in Japan, things were starting to improve. And that was like 24, 25, I would say. Everything before that, I'll take a convenient trauma-based bout of amnesia when it comes to everything in my life before the age of 25. And then for everything after, pretty much the same actually, maybe. Everything up until about 10 minutes ago, I'd like to forget. Okay. The apartment looks normal to me. So I need somebody who's eagle-eyed in chat to help me here. Is there something absolutely fucked up that I'm missing? We have had a couple of like Phantasmagoria apartments, so we might be due for like a normal one. The fish look chill. I feel like we're a couple of days in now, right? So it would be nice... Let me have a look. What day are we on? Yeah, day 6. Day 6 tends to be when I get the game over. Is the bottom left of the TV always pushed in like that? I think so. I think so. Did I look up already? Huh? If you're talking about the baby thing, that was ages ago. Or you just mean generally checking the apartment? Oh, I thought you were talking in particular about, like, has he not noticed the thing above him yet? And I was like, huh? That is a good point, though. I think we're okay, chat. I'm rubbing the condensation off in case that does anything, but... I think the anomalies can be slight. Like, one time the anomaly, I think, was this toilet paper, but... I will say one pro for this game is that when you see an anomaly, you know it's an anomaly. Any anomaly game where if you see the anomaly, you kind of don't really know if it's, like, supposed to be like that or not, I'm immediately, like, kind of pissed off. Yeah, we had, like, fruit on the fridge that was rotting before, for example. When you see it, it looks unpleasant, put it that way. Apart from this room always looks kind of unpleasant, frankly, but... Is that rope on the bath faucet? Let me take a little gander. Oh, that's just like a kind of hose thing. That's always been there. The guy in the painting, yeah, his eyes have always been closed. They always have this kind of quiet reverence about them. I'm just locking it in, chat. I'm gonna lock it in. I'm doing it. Normal apartment. Oh, wait. Aha! Kind of cool jump scare. Or maybe not jump scare, because he's not jumping. Well, there you go. That answers that question. Oh my god. This is our best run. Day 7. We're almost there. We've almost completed our run of this game. Something's in the kitchen. There's like a weird tapping noise in here, so... But I want to look at it for the content. Okay. That was really shit, that jump scare. That was like cheap surgery, cheap jump scare. You know what I'm saying? However, it disappeared. And the rules are, if it does go away and it doesn't chase you, then actually, that doesn't count. Oh, that light. This automatic light is slightly more sensitive than I remember, but I think that's just, I haven't noticed it. Question mark. I'm just gonna do one last quick sweep of the apartment. We're quite far in the cycle now, so I don't want to mess up. No reflection equals vampire. No reflection equals indie horror game. Heard water droplets. Those usually happen when I get close to the bath. Because there was a previous loop around Kaya when I was like, these water droplets, pardon me, are more deliberate than usual. But I think that's just every time you're in the toilet, if you get closer to the bath, you start to hear them more. Because yeah, I thought that was like an anomaly before too, so... Okay, let's take a look through the peephole and see if anything weird happens. Shockingly, chat, actually, this is normal. Believe it or not. This guy looking like this is actually normal. So I'm gonna let him in. You know what? I'm locking in. Here we go. Boom. He's polite. So he can stay. I've done it. Day 8. Oh, shit. We haven't got all the dolls, which I think is probably going to be like a different ending to the game or like the storyline or whatever, but we're about to complete a run at the very least. He's fucking done it! Alright, I'm hoping for like a gimme. I'm hoping this is going to be like a really fucked up environment and it's just dead obvious that it's a hallucination room. Yes, no, yes, no. Yes, no, maybe. No, don't sing. Wait a minute. There's like an industrial sander here. And forceps? Is that what they're called? Or kind of grinder? You know what I mean. You like press it against something and then it fucking wears it down. You could probably use it to kind of sand something down. Oh, whatever. I play video games on the internet, okay? Do I look like I know? Do I look like I know what a JPEG is? But yes, you're quite right, Silver Knight. It's kind of along those lines. Oh, shoot, it's my least favorite. So, this is a hallucination that persists. I'm guessing, so I'm gonna pop some pilios. Do I look like I know what a WebP is? Oh my god, tell me about it! Oh.
Oddly quiet.
Just like your voice acting.
None of the usual noise or hallucinations I normally hear.
Whoever invented WebP, I would like a few words. One of the words will be bastard. Because I fucking hate that shit. Little fishies. One day in life chat, I'd love to get an aquarium, like a decently sized one, and get some fish. I wouldn't want like a tiny one though. Enough space for them, and I wouldn't have too many fish in it, if possible. But it's too much hassle for me to try and have fish in my rental apartment. Fuck that. If I ever quote-unquote make it, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I think I'm supposed to just leave. I'm not gonna lie, 1990 Seoul outside of my apartment, I feel like the horrors inside the apartment were not as bad as this. I might have been safer inside, quite frankly. Because wherever we live looks rough as hell. Place looks well dilapidated. Oh, never mind, it's actually incredibly pleasant. Well, that shut me up. Oh, great. It hurts. There's no escape.
You went outside? That's impossible. Are your symptoms getting worse?
Wait, what?
You're still taking your medication, right?
Wait, what?
Please wait just a little longer. I'll come see you soon.
Now, if this was a more clever game, I'd be like, it's a metaphor for agoraphobia.
I vividly remember being hit with a blunt object. But could even this be a hallucination?
If this game was more clever, you could argue it's supposed to be a metaphor, but it's like an indie horror game, so the bar is low, people. Okay, so it's just reset to day one, but I want to try and complete the dolls. If that's like an overall goal. Oh! This heart rate monitor appearing over the photo of Ms. Gomu. No, Bomu. I'm sorry, I can't remember her name. And the kid. Suggesting something. How do we get the doll pieces? I don't know, they kind of just are. I think you just do enough loops until they keep showing up.
What happened to Bori?
Bori, that's her name.
Why does she keep lingering in my mind?
Again, chat, I have a horrible feeling that the weird creepy notes earlier were supposed to be like, this guy attacked that lady, and he's gotten like, he's being experimented on, and he's got amnesia as a result. It's like, they've decided to use him for science because he's a bad bastard, essentially. But he's forgotten it. That's my guess. Okay. The doll's head was creepy, but it disappeared. You think I'm in a facility? That one persisted though, so okay, this is a bad apartment. Maybe he's a witness. Yeah, we'll see. If we can get this game to tell us, or like have some sort of coherent ending, we'll find out. God, her hairline is just all the way up there. Her hairline could reach up and touch God.
Will I really be able to find out more about Bore this time? What could have happened to her?
This guy's voice is so grizzled. I know that people just sometimes have grizzly voices, but it's like borderline distracting. Okay. But what if I'm hungry? No? Okay. Also, I've noticed that I'm making like... You can hear my gripper slapping on the floor, chat. Those are some sweaty grippers.
Where am I?
Oh dear.
Excuse me, doctor. Someone, please.
Oh no.
Ah, you're awake.
This could get pretty grim.
What is it?
Sooner than expected.
Why am I tied up?
Cheap surgery?
Untie me. Right
What the
now.
fuck is that noise?
I can't do that. You're about to become something more special. Of course, you're already beautiful enough.
Oh no.
Yet beneath the surface, I believe a truly perfect form lies hidden. You'll become so beautiful, even your reflection
Please,
won't
stop
recognize
it.
you. Don't move. You'll mess up that flawless skin. If you keep moving, you might not turn out as pretty.
Fucking Simpsons Treehouse of Horrors episode going on here. Oh! Okay. If I was getting chased there, I was not aware of where I was being chased from.
The pain she endured still won't leave my mind. It's still fresh in my memory.
If that was like a chase segment that I failed, then I had no idea where the fucking creature came from. I was absolutely lost in the sauce.
Next is a follow-up report on the previous incident. We continue to receive testimonies from victims who underwent illegal medical procedures at an unknown location. The police promised to focus all efforts on making a swift arrest based on the victim's statements, warning that the suspect may still be holding test subjects captive and continuing his illegal activities. As soon as more information becomes available, we will keep reporting on this case.
Okay.
Could I be held captive like those people in the news?
I don't know if we're going to be able to finish this one tonight, chat, but I'm going to hold a prediction / gamba. And the prediction is, are we the surgeon? Okay, that is the prediction. You can use all of your Sinow points, which usually don't even have much of a purpose anyway. I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes to do some gambling in the background here. Do you think that we're the surgeon? Or do you think we're working with... Yeah, if we're working with them, that's not the same. But how many of you are willing to bet points now to say that the surgeon is actually us? For some sort of plot contrivance. If you've already seen this one before, yes. I appreciate you refraining, or you can just quietly vote and be, you know, that guy, I guess, if you want to, but... If you already know the answer, and you want good karma in life, don't use your points. Abstain. Otherwise, for the rest of us, I'm gonna guess most of you are about to say yes. It definitely feels that way. It definitely feels like that's where the game's going, but I might be wrong. I feel like a lot of the time when it's this guy, it happens to be a loop that's not fucked up. I feel safe with this guy. Yeah, look how polite he is. He's my man. The other two, twisted as heck. But this guy, I'll let him in. How, that really got me. That got me. That got me. Look at it. I jumped because of that. It's like my eye was trained to look at a familiar point of the screen when I clicked on the door there, that having something unusual, my like human lizard brain was like, huh, something different. So that one worked quite well. Should I leave the TV on for him so he doesn't get lonely? I think I'll do that. I don't want him to get lonely when I head out to the store, so I'm going to leave the TV on. Are you good? Are you comfortable? Yes? He does kind of look like Bugsnax if Bugsnax grew up. God, what a good game Bugsnax was. I'm kind of sad that I didn't record it and upload it to YouTube, because that game was actually fantastic. Okay. Oh, he's standing now. Oh, he's standing now. Pills, 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 pills. And I doubted how good it was. It's true. I thought it was going to be full of dialogue that people are like, it's really funny. And I'm like, it's just kind of well voice acted, but it's not that funny. Don't look away. Oh, is it going to be another Weeping Angel type? It says don't look away, but from what? Oh, I'm scared. First I was afraid, I was terrified. See, the thing is though, I kind of want that doll head, right? Do I need the doll head to get the best ending? Quote unquote. Also, it sounds like the door knocking is now... Oh no, I think that was just the audio being a bit weird. Do I have to try and get past her? Yeah, there's 2 doors being knocked on now. I feel like to get the full ending, I need to collect all the parts of the dolls. And I feel like sometimes the doll parts are like hidden.
Have you seen my daughter?
Like that.
This doll. This face feels familiar. It looks just like that person who brought me the medicine.
Okay, that was the doll piece actually. You see how we're like kind of assembling this over time? What is making the knocking that isn't from the front door? I'm kind of curious. Oh, I hate that. I really hate that. I'm going for the pills, I think. Before this thing annihilates me. You know what, Angel? Actually, Angel, I think you're right. It is a slight spoiler for what's about to happen in the apartment sometimes, but I think actually having some idea of the mechanic before you encounter the thing is quite refreshing. So that I don't get a lot of like game overs where I look away from the creature and then it's like, oops! That was actually a Weeping Angel mechanic, but you just got unlucky and you looked away when it was beside you. I feel like I'm not dying to gotcha moments a lot, which is quite refreshing. Ms. Gomu. 02.
Are you the teacher from the orphanage where Bori stayed?
Oh.
She's very sick right now. Your number was the only one written in her notebook. Bori has been asking for you a lot. She must have relied on you quite a bit. If you don't mind.
Oh, he like went into like some sort of script there that was different from the usual, like, what is happening? Yeah, Angel, actually, I think I'm starting to agree with you. Oh, the clock is fucked. What is the anomaly? The dripping in the bath does sometimes sound different, doesn't it? I'm moderately moderately losing my mind as a result of that. I didn't even look at the peephole chat. I didn't want to get a game over by mistake, I guess. But sometimes the peephole has an interesting moment, so I should keep doing that. If possible. Hello. So this one's all about the orphanage, I guess. I caught the man who was following Bori. He quickly tried to leave, saying, "I'm sorry, I must have mistaken you for someone else." His name is Takku. He said his young daughter was kidnapped and went missing long ago. He must have mistaken Bori for his daughter. Maybe not.
Did Bori know about this? Or was she just afraid?
Those disappeared though, right? So that doesn't count as an anomaly. Because this doll thing, once you click on the doll and you collect it, it's separate. I don't know, actually, Bit of Scribbles. We haven't got a game over for me taking pills when I shouldn't have yet. If I get the time, I'm going to arbitrarily just like slam some pills when I'm not supposed to at one point, just so we can see that. I'm presuming I just kind of fall over and I start bleeding or some shit, you know what I mean? Oh god. I thought she couldn't get any worse. Oh, I hate this. I feel like you could use that industrial grinder thing on her skin, honestly. She looks like she's about to throw up. Yeah. I'm definitely popping the pillios there. I'm gonna pop some pills. Why am I thinking of Thrift Shop, the song? God, talk about being 2000 and late. Ooh, ooh, ooh. How about a hair transplant? Your daughter would like it too, I said to the man who was left only with guilt for not being able to save his daughter drunk every day. Takku hung his head in drunkenness, his hair swaying in the wind as if accepting my words. Whatever hair was left, presumably. I couldn't stop myself from laughing. What the fuck?
I don't know why I care so much about this story. Takku, Bori, and this house. Everything seems connected.
So I'm guessing the visitors, Takku is the guy with the hair coming out of his mouth. And is this Bori? The fish lady? And then there's the other lady? I'm guessing that's all, they're all related to the plot. I think I prefer the way Bori looks when she's a little kid with a Ms. Gomu here, though. She aged poorly. She's aged into a phantasmagoria at the moment. Anything? Nothing? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's a noose. If I didn't look in this mirror, I wouldn't have noticed that. That's a persistent anomaly. Oh, oh, bitch, you thought I wasn't gonna notice that? You fucking thought? Slamming those pills. See ya. Oh, once again, I didn't look through the peephole before I did that. Isn't it amazing that I can notice things, Crab, when I'm not looking at chat and telling random stories about my family and past? Isn't it crazy that when I slightly pay more attention to the game, I notice things in it? I know. Spread the word to all the other streamers. I've cracked the code. Staggering. I sarcastically make jokes at my own expense here, but of course half the time you guys like the fact that I'll go on a random tangent, so. I try to have a mix. Oh, she's about to give us a lovely rendition. She's about to sing. Sing, girl! The question is what oh yeah, the doll's completely moved. What is she gonna sing? Just like badly over like a really tinny microphone. My neck, my back, lick my poop and my crack. You're like, oh, buddy, you shouldn't. No, you really shouldn't have. Was there something in the cupboard? I don't think so. I know I can't say the C word on YouTube, but I don't know about the P word for a cat that goes meow. All over your face and stuff. Oh, it's this guy. Unfortunately, there's a persistent horror, so I will not be able to let him in today, but I'm sure he would understand. Taku. Yeah, I want to see an anomaly game where there's like people starting to twerk and stuff. Where's that one? Okay, we're on the last day for the second cycle, I guess, potentially. Lock in, folks. We cannot fuck this up. Crow, thank you. Yes, it's been a mixture of being ill and then just being very, very busy. Like I said to y'all earlier, it's been a little difficult to have the stream schedule be written in stone because this kind of time band, it's quite, this tends to be when a lot of my friends are available for doing stuff and or anything in real life I have to attend to. It tends to happen here, so it has been a bit tricky. Oh! Financial crisis looms. Desperate citizens turn to cults. AI artwork used. Unfortunately. Okay. Every time I start chatting to chat, the horrors pop out. Now that was obviously, that was an anomaly, but again, it disappeared. So right now, the apartment is fine otherwise, right? Yeah. I don't know about Korea. Japan had a financial bust. They called it the lost decade in the 90s, but unfortunately, they called the 90s a lost decade because they kind of presumed by the 2000s that things would start to recover. And then Japan's lost decade kind of became 2 lost decades. And now it's kind of becoming 3 lost decades, perhaps, for Japan. But there's a lot of like literature out there, because in the 80s Japan was like on top of the world. Japan was like making crazy amounts of money, but it was like a kind of bubble economy. There was a lot of like investment too quickly, and then it all kind of collapsed. So a lot of like Japanese culture in the 80s is very like, get a really expensive sports car and go for a drive. Put gold flakes on your ramen. They were living large. They were having a big party in the 80s, and then it all just kind of crashed. And I wonder if Korea had something similar in the 90s, if that's what that's referring to. I'm not sure though. Korea's economy is a bit different. Yeah, Yakuza 0 is very much kind of set in that type of time period. They reference it a lot. I'm gonna say this apartment is not fucked. Let me just click this. I haven't noticed anything else yet that's like an anomaly, and the only anomaly we did get disappeared. Speaking of lost, that person's hairline needs to be found. That's what I was saying earlier, Crow Queen. Oh my god. Or Chit Chat Crow, as you know you're called. That's what I was fucking saying. Hairline that could reach out and touch Faith, quite frankly. Reach out and touch the gods. Right, I'm letting her in unwisely. Oh! Aw. She's a lot nicer when she's handing you the pills. There's a kindness to her.
Was this Taku also a victim of that doctor?
I believe that's what the game is inferring, yes. Let's go find out. I like his doll, by the way, it's kind of cute. I like his it's very Bug Snacks. Can I look through this? No? Damn. Oh my god. Okay, that was very Hitman.
Oh, you're awake, Taku. That hair transplant surgery I mentioned earlier, I just came up with a really ingenious method.
I don't think you need your whole body to be locked down for a hair transplant.
We'll be delighted to see this too. Soon, you'll be completely transformed.
Also, the surgeon keeps inferring that, like, the daughter's like, oh, Dad, you're so bald.
Open your eyes. The surgery went absolutely perfectly. Now, how about you take a look in the mirror? Even you won't recognize yourself.
Excuse me. How would that even... What, you transplanted hair follicles to, like, the top of his mouth?
Teacher from the orphanage where
So
Bori
silly.
stayed. She's very sick right now.
She's... Oh, feminine wasting disease.
Your number was the only one written in her notebook.
She's got the jaundice.
That's right. How is Bori?
Bori has been asking for you a lot. She must have relied on you quite a bit. If you don't mind.
Yes, I'll head there right away.
Okay, so this is another loop.
Why did that doctor perform such cruel procedures? What was the purpose?
We'll see if we can do this loop. No. Are there supposed to be like 4 loops, maybe? But I haven't finished the Cupid baby one. Unless that's not supposed to have a head. But I have this doll and that doll finished. And then there's another doll here, which we're about to find out.
The suspect involved in the illegal medical practice case has been apprehended. Currently, he is denying all charges and continues to make controversial claims that human will and mental strength can overcome any pain. In addition, he has gone so far as to make statements that glorify past acts of brutal human experimentation, and a psychiatric evaluation is now scheduled to be conducted.
I thought I might be one of the
Jail!
poison victims,
Jail!
but now I feel like I can break free from that fear.
He's decided to keep murdering people. And he's released a book about it. Would you please put him in jail already? What is this weirdly passive language? Like the mass murderer or whatever gets to just like talk to the press but doesn't get put in prison? I'm starting to think that he doesn't even regret putting hair in that man's mouth. I know, right? Shocking behavior. Okay, so this house looks normal. Maybe they're starting us off with the normal house first. But before we can lock that in, yeah, I think this might be a normal one and then it's gonna get fucked up. And it's based on her model, right? Next. It's gonna be like the teacher or the lady from the orphanage. This is her loop, so to speak. Ms. Gomu. But Ms. Gomu. Whenever I see that, I think of Keshi Gomu, which is the Japanese word for an eraser. Or if you're British, a rubber. That's right, we call them rubbers in the UK, which American people find very hilarious. Because in American English, rubber is a slang word for a condom. But in British English, a rubber means the thing that you erase pencil marks with. That's very annoying that you keep knocking on the implied metaphor of my kitchen window like that. It's really fucking annoying. I wish you would stop. Chat, apparently I have the ability to summon the anomalies in this game. I should just talk about anything in my life. Or anything slightly unrelated to the game, and that summons the anomaly. Oh, here we go.
I just want to be happy. Why is my life like this?
Maybe because you talk like a witch.
Painful story.
Ooh, I'm going to brew up a stew, and then Hansel and Gretel can get to fuck. Maybe if you didn't talk like a bad guy, your life would be better. Oh, I'm going to brew the most evil concoction. This one's not even knocking. Lazy. Anyway, can I get out of here, please? Yes. Eye of Newton. Dumb of ass. Couldn't think of another alchemy ingredient. Dumb of ass. One of her eyes is a little sussy. A tad. Eye of Newton, cream of corn. This desiccated coconut is going to go wonderfully well in this potion. This is witch profiling, and I will not stand for it. Well, do you know what they did with witches in the past, Crab? Are you sure you want to go all Phoenix Wright for them? Okay, first of all, she must have been on that fucking pole. Because only a pole dancer would have that leg strength. Actually, slay queen. Diva. Yeah, I agree. Slay. Also, making a marker on my recording of this so I make this the thumbnail, because this has to be the thumbnail, right, chat? Look at her. She's fantastic. However, she's also an hallucination, so I'm taking one of these. There might have been a doll part inside the bathroom that I missed, though. Oops. I just didn't want to die. Yeah, Diva Slay, whatever. How do you get the meds? Crab, please. Can we appreciate a queen? Oh! Nice. I kept thinking about that teacher, Ms. Gomu, whom I met through Bori. Even amid rumors of her husband's business failure and her son's college rejection, she was someone who always gave children a warm smile. Why did she fall into that cult? Oh no. Aw, Ms. Gomu. Aw.
Dolls in this room. Could she too be trapped by something she's already lost?
She's let down by all the men in her life. No, for a minute there I was like, is it supposed to be like Wizard of Oz? There was some, oh, I can't remember. There was some like game or movie recently where I heard someone say, oh, it's basically just the Wizard of Oz, the characters in that. Oh, I can't remember what it was, but as soon as I heard that, I was like, wait, oh my god, you're right. And I didn't even notice it when I was playing it. I think it was a game. I'm not sure though. It was like, this character is just the Cowardly Lion. This person's just the Scarecrow. And I was like, oh my god. I didn't even notice. It was like super obvious as soon as somebody said that. I can't remember what it was though. You don't remember QP being in The Wizard of Oz? I watched the director's cut, okay? If you're a true fan like me, you'd know. The QP Mayo doll is in fact in The Wizard of Oz. Damn, I wish I could remember what the fuck I'm talking about, which is a regular occurrence on this channel. This apartment is stunningly boring so far. You got anything for us? Apart from that hairline? No? Oh, here we go. Ooh. Oh my god, I love this wallpaper. Oh, I love this. The apartment should just look like this all the time. I'm well into that. I think the vibes have increased threefold as a result. Yeah, it's like really cozy all of a sudden. I agree, New Boot. The apartment feels very cozy. Nothing has changed. Ooh, I like the lighting though. Okay, I guess this counts as an anomaly. Oh. Oh gosh. I wish this wasn't an anomaly though. I wish this was just it, the way the apartment was. I'm a big fan of like when people decorate in a way that makes their house or apartment suddenly feel really cozy like that. I don't know how to describe that kind of like wallpaper and lighting choices and stuff. But do you know what I mean? Where it makes a house have this like very comfortable, cozy vibe, and it's like all of the lamps that have the down lighting, it makes you just very relaxed. It's kind of like the opposite of like the kind of cold, clean minimalism, chrome, white and black look. Yeah, so this has got... Okay, she is definitely taking some sort of drugs because her pupils are dilated like insanely. Lady, you're going to jail. If any cops pass by, like, just close your eyes for a second, because if any cop that sees that, you're going to get pulled over, you're going to get stopped. Skibbity. Yes, that's the word. I like it when my houses look skibbity. Oh yeah, the harsh overhead light things. There was a period of time in the UK, and I don't know if they still do this, but they kept making all these, like, kind of cheaply made, but with the illusion of luxury, like student housing, because all the property developers realized that's like a really good way of like making money is to just gouge students for rent money. And they used to have all of these fucking student apartments that popped up with like this really harsh overhead lighting, and I was like, anytime I've been in a house that's like that, it makes me very depressed. I feel like a battery hen when the lighting is like just above you and just rather than like floor lighting that goes up, it's just like a direct harsh light above you. It's like I genuinely am not like, I genuinely feel really badly depressed if I have to like live in that type of environment. It's like a weird human reaction, I guess. Hello. Yeah, like rustic decoration, I guess, Angel. It's not quite maximalism, but a lot of maximalism would have that kind of decoration perhaps in it. But I think you know what I mean, yeah. Like a kind of rustic, kind of old style decorative style. I can't quite put my finger on. There's probably a much more clever word for it, but there seems to be a bit of a move away from kind of minimalism to maximalism, because minimalism, people are getting bored of it. And also a lot of minimalism was kind of like an excuse for property developers to make like really shitty, cheap housing. So I'm quite glad for that, actually. I hoped she would have the strength to overcome her misfortunes. I found her contact information among Bori's belongings and got her to come here under the pretense that Bori was sick.
Miss Gomu, Bori, Taku. Were they all ultimately victims of that doctor?
And yeah, sometimes Angel, it's like kind of got like a 1950s vibe, or sometimes it's got like a kind of 1920s vibe. almost. I don't have like the required background reading to put into words what I'm trying to grasp at, but you understand exactly what I'm talking about. This is one of the things you learn when you go to university and you do certain types of courses, though. You start to learn the vocabulary to describe these things. That's why people get educated. Okay! I wish I was educated enough that I didn't have to have that in my life, but okay. Oh my god, the strut. Now, is this bad? Or good? Yeah. I guess technically... Technically, the anomaly has disappeared. And now the apartment is normal again. If his knocking is the same kind of knocking you usually get. So I think this is supposed to be a let him in scenario, weirdly enough. I think this game answers one of the biggest problems that I have with anomaly-based games, where too many anomaly-based games, you have to like avoid the anomaly as much as possible so you don't get to enjoy it. Whereas this one, it's like, if it persists, it's a problem, but if it goes away, it's fine. So you can still have it happen to you, but not get a game over. Because when you play these games, you want to look at the horror shit, right? You want to get the jump scares, etc. But a lot of the games are like designed so you have to not have that happen ever. Whoa. 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 Vibes. That is a very intense tattoo she's getting. She's getting one of the tattoos of all time. Ink Master.
Was it all just a dream? Not just Bori, but Miss Gomu too. My growing anxiety tells me they might all have fallen victim to that person.
Hey. Hey, Queen! Hey, Queen! I just lost. I just lost. I didn't have enough time to react properly and or read this. I think, is she the one that you're not supposed to look at? There's one that you're supposed to avoid looking at them, and then there's one that you have to look at them. Well, I say one. There are a couple of mechanics. I think she's just kind of don't keep looking at her is the point. But I thought that was like an on-rails segment, so I took a moment to take in the atmosphere, and I just got a game over. Okay! Oh my god. It's like a kind of mole tunnel of QP Mayo doll. Sorry, I keep calling all the dolls QP Mayo dolls because I think it's funny. Well, that's a persistent horror. Day 2. Okay. Alright. I hate it. No, thanks, I hate it. Let's just take this. Day 3. And day 3. Yeah, day 2 was very subtle. Oh yeah, there's like broken glass with blood on it in here, and it's not disappearing. And that means I'm swinging those pills. Yeah, that too, Angel. I'm not having to look in like every single tiny little corner for like stupid bullshit hallucinations in like a massive environment, which does help. Yeah, I think a lot of it's basically just like knowing the rules and the parameters. that the game is based on, so that you're not spending a lot of time going, does this count? Or is that an anomaly? I think that's like quite huge for this. That's the two main problems with anomaly games that are bad. A, the player should know what does and doesn't count as an anomaly fairly easily if they do actually like spot something. And B, the game should allow you to experience the anomalies without that being the game over. Otherwise, you're avoiding all the good stuff because that's how you win at the game, but then it becomes kind of boring. It's the not Silent Hill, sorry. The Eternal Darkness problem. Which is horror games in particular have that issue. Okay. Cool. Persistent. Anomaly. Hallucinating. Like, my biggest complaint about Eternal Darkness, because otherwise Eternal Darkness is a fucking amazing game, but Eternal Darkness, a lot of the scary stuff that happens with low sanity is like a game over mechanic. So you're supposed to avoid that if you're playing the game well, but then that means you don't get all the cool scary moments. So that's a bit awkward in terms of design, in my opinion, for a horror game. That time of the month be like... Yeah. I imagine, yes. Quite frankly. I would actually like to do another playthrough of Eternal Darkness. And record it this time. It's a long fucking game that, oh my god, Eternal Darkness is long. You go through like all of history. Have I played Observation Duty? I have, and I regularly find them a bit... There's like things about them I enjoy, but I'm always like kind of just slightly off about it. It would help if there was some music though, they're very quiet. But yeah, Observation Duty, a lot of the time you have to like click away from the like certain viewpoint that has something interesting happening in it, otherwise you get a game over. And I'm like, oh, but I want to look at it. You know? That's like a big example of the anomaly game problem. Oh! Aw, you were supposed to be the chosen one, Taku. You were supposed to be the good lad, and now you're not being polite. And I can't let you in. So sorry. Eternal Darkness, GameCube game, the protagonist looks like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And it has a sanity meter, which if the sanity meter goes down, the game starts like trolling you and weird things happen. Yeah, and a lot of people like watching Gab play Observation Duty. I mean, Observation Duty in many ways is kind of like a hidden object game. So I'm not surprised. She's still there. Okie doke. Oh my god, that one floorboard was way creakier than usual. I tried to make this run a bit quicker, chat, so that we could get back to day 7 or 8. Oh. Oh god, I'm just having a headache. This is like with my old sleeping meds, this is what it felt like when I woke up every day. After getting not really very good sleep. Well, persistently fucked up, which means... Yum, 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 yum. Delicious. And now we're back on day 8. God, that was like a speed run. It helped though that I kept getting really obvious anomaly days though, huh? There's one other anomaly game that I like super... Well, I like the Cabin Factory. Was that the one? That was pretty decent. And, the one that didn't run very well on my computer, and I wasn't able to record as a result, but I would love to do another playthrough for Also having a YouTube playthrough of it. The one that's like Atta, that Japanese one. That was super fun for me, actually. I really liked Atta. Oh. Oh. Oh, no, you're not usually like that, sir. No, you're usually more polite than that, so I'm going to take the pills. I don't like your attitude. He was actually doing my neck, my back. My osteoporosis attack. Let me guess. I'm gonna like almost leave and then somebody's gonna go bonk. Oh god! Okay, maybe not quite. They were a little bit more on the nose with that one. Almost quite literally on the nose with the bat.
Where is this place? Why are you all here?
Why are you all fabulous and why are you all here?
What is this? Why are you doing this to me? Untie me. Right now!
The pills you took were poison that slowly eats away at your brain.
Okay.
Seeing you flail around lost in hallucinations was truly entertaining.
The pain and despair we endured. Now it will seep into your flesh and bones.
The bones.
You're no savior. Your greed made us what we are, and now we'll become your nightmare. Aren't you excited? Our masterpiece.
It's the victims, isn't it? I was right. It's the victims of the surgeon, and we're the surgeon who has amnesia. Seoul, the year 2000.
The perpetrator of those horrific human experiments has gone missing.
Yes, Mr. Kim, who had received a life sentence, was controversially released on parole 10 years ago and has since vanished without a trace.
Yes, there are also suspicions of medical record trading with higher-ups behind the parole decision, right?
Yes, human rights groups strongly opposed the decision at the time, and after his disappearance, there were even suggestions that the victims' families might have kidnapped him.
This led to renewed scrutiny of his past. His brutal crimes committed under the banner of human experimentation.
It's hard to believe that a person could do such things to another human.
Yes, the case remains unsolved, and Kim's whereabouts are still a complete mystery. Where could he possibly be?
Oh well, we're rich. Anyway, moving on.
This has been Caseline. Thanks for watching.
What do you really think happened to Mr. Kim?
Well, I guess he probably didn't survive long. Honestly, someone like that deserves to be punished just as cruelly. Rip, destroy, tear apart. I'd make sure he suffers just as much.
The cameras are still, the microphone's still hot. The cameras are still rolling.
Agonizing pain possible. That's what I would do.
Yeah. Guess what? It's us. We're the surgeon. We're the bad guy. I managed to predict it. Amazing. Who could have guessed? New boot Goofin, by the way, thank you for gifting a sub to Skull King Foxes. I actually didn't hate that one though. As incredibly predictable as it is. Yes, we are the baddie as per usual. Bad dad, etc, that type of plot. I actually didn't hate this one. It's like a kind of short experience. Enough effort went into like the anomalies and the jump scares and stuff that I quite enjoyed that. I will say. Despite its like more ridiculous moments. Yeah, more like a baddie. Detected hallucinations 43, hallucinations remaining 19, hidden hallucinations found 1 of 4. Do you think the hidden hallucinations are like the doll on the left? I don't know how many parts I got of that, the weird like baby doll thing. For those of you who predicted with your Sinow beans that we were the evil surgeon all along, you were in fact correct to assume that the plot of this game was as predictable as such. So 69% of you predicted that the answer would be yes. Are we the surgeon? Yes. And 31% of you said no. First of all, well done for doing a 69% split. Nice. And second of all, for those of you who betted your beans on yes, you are correct. You have won. Complete prediction. Dun da da da. Do we get to see if people have won a lot of arbitrary currency as a result of this? Will that show up in the background? No? Details. Apparently Banana Cream TV won 991.9k, 991,000 Sinow beans. Spend them wisely. And for those of you who are asking, what can I do with my Sinow beans? The answer is not very much. And I'm quite happy with that. And I'm not opposed to keeping it that way. But anyway, that was Who's at the Door? I had an alright time with this game, so thank you. Who's at the Door? And I'll see you all for the next one. Thanks for watching, take care, goodbye.